Mama Henrietta's big day. Once upon a time, in a cozy backyard filled with flowers and sunshine, lived a very special hen named Henrietta. She had beautiful reddish-brown feathers that sparkled like copper pennies in the morning light, and she was about to become a mama for the very first time. For weeks and weeks, Mama Henrietta had been sitting very carefully on her nest of 14 precious eggs. She barely got up to eat or drink because she knew her babies needed her to keep them warm and safe. The two kind humans who lived in the house nearby brought her food and fresh water every day, whispering gentle words of encouragement. "Soon, Henrietta," they would say softly, "your babies will be here soon." And then, on one magical spring morning, it happened. Tap, tap, tap. Henrietta felt a tiny movement beneath her feathers, then another, and another. Crack. Peep, peep, peep. One by one, 6 tiny yellow chicks began pushing their way out of their shells. Each little chick was no bigger than a cotton ball, with the fluffiest yellow feathers you could imagine, and bright, curious black eyes. "Peep, peep, Mama!" they chirped as they tumbled around beneath Henrietta's warm, protective wings. Henrietta's heart filled with more love than she had ever felt before. She gently nudged each tiny chick with her beak, counting them carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, she clucked proudly. "My beautiful babies." But then Henrietta looked down and gasped. There were still 8 eggs beneath her that hadn't hatched yet. Her other babies were still inside, growing and getting ready to meet the world. "Oh my," she flustered, trying to stretch her wings wider. "How can I keep my 6 little ones warm, and my 8 eggs warm too?" The 6 fluffy chicks were already starting to explore, peeping loudly and stumbling over each other as they tried to walk on their tiny orange feet. One adventurous chick even tried to climb over one of the unhatched eggs. "Careful, little one," Henrietta clucked anxiously. She needed to keep the remaining eggs perfectly still and warm, but her newly hatched chicks needed attention too. They were hungry and wanted to learn about their new world. Just then, the two kind humans came out to check on Henrietta, as they did every morning. When they saw the 6 adorable chicks peeping and stumbling about, their faces lit up with wonder. "Look," whispered the first human, "Henrietta has babies." "But she still has more eggs to hatch," noticed the second human, seeing Henrietta's worried expression. "She looks like she needs help." Henrietta looked up at her human friends with her bright, intelligent eyes. She made a soft, questioning sound as if to say, "Could you possibly help me?" The humans understood right away. They had prepared for this exact situation. Inside their warm house, they had set up a special cozy box with soft towels and a gentle heat lamp that would keep the chicks just as warm as Mama Henrietta's feathers. "Don't worry, Henrietta," they said gently. "We'll take good care of your first babies while you help the others hatch." Very carefully and gently, the humans scooped up each tiny chick. The little ones peeped in surprise at first, but they seemed to understand that these big, gentle creatures were trying to help. "We'll bring them back to visit you every day," the humans promised Henrietta as they carried the chicks toward the house. "And as soon as your other babies hatch, we'll bring everyone back together." Henrietta watched as her first 6 babies disappeared into the house. For a moment, she felt sad to see them go, but then she felt the remaining 8 eggs shift slightly beneath her, and she knew her other babies still needed her. "Don't worry, little ones," she whispered to the eggs. "Mama's here. Take your time, and when you're ready, you'll have 6 big brothers and sisters waiting to meet you." Meanwhile, inside the house, the 6 chicks discovered their new temporary home. The cozy box was lined with the softest towels, and the warm lamp above felt just like being snuggled under Mama's feathers. There was fresh water in a tiny dish and special baby chick food that was perfect for their little beaks. "Peep, peep," they chirped happily, already starting to eat and drink like the clever little chicks they were. Every morning and evening, the kind humans would carry the 6 chicks outside for visits with Mama Henrietta. She would stretch her neck over the edge of her nest to nuzzle each little one, counting them to make sure they were all safe. "How are you growing, my darlings?" She would cluck softly, and the chicks would peep excitedly, telling her all about their adventures in the big house. Days passed, and then more days. Henrietta never gave up on her remaining 8 eggs. She sang to them softly and kept them perfectly warm, just as the humans kept her first babies cozy inside. And then one morning, the miracle happened again. Tap, 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 crack, peep, peep, peep. One by one, the remaining 8 eggs began to hatch. Soon, Henrietta had 8 more adorable chicks stumbling around beneath her feathers, just as fluffy and yellow and perfect as their older brothers and sisters. "My family is complete," Henrietta clucked joyfully. The humans came running when they heard all the excited peeping. When they saw the 8 new chicks, they smiled widely. "It's time for a family reunion," they announced. Very carefully, they brought the first 6 chicks outside. These chicks had grown bigger and stronger during their time in the house, and they were eager to meet their new siblings. "Peep, peep, we're back, Mama," the older chicks seemed to say as they hurried toward Henrietta. What happened next was the most beautiful sight the humans had ever seen. Mama Henrietta spread her wings wide, wider than she had ever spread them before, and all 14 of her babies ran beneath her feathers. Some of the older chicks helped show the newest babies where to find the warmest spots, and soon the entire family was snuggled together in one happy peeping pile. "Bok, bok, bok," Henrietta clucked proudly, which in hen language means, "Look at my beautiful family, all 14 of my wonderful children safe and sound." The humans watched with tears of happiness in their eyes. By working together, Mama Henrietta, the 6 patient older chicks, and the 2 caring humans, they had helped bring all 14 babies safely into the world. From that day forward, Mama Henrietta's family grew strong and happy together. The 14 chicks learned to scratch for bugs in the garden, to dust bathe in the soft dirt, and to come running whenever Henrietta called them for meals. And on sunny afternoons, you could often see all 15 chickens napping together under the apple tree, with Mama Henrietta's wings stretched protectively over as many babies as she could cover, and the rest snuggled close by her side. The kind humans smiled every time they saw the happy family, knowing that sometimes the most beautiful things happen when everyone works together with love, patience, and care. And if you listened very carefully on quiet mornings, you could hear Mama Henrietta teaching her chicks the most important lesson of all. Family means taking care of each other no matter what. Even when it seems impossible, love always finds a way. The end.